You know what, guys? The Heartline coaster is incredible. It is amazing. It is the best. No, I'm kidding. I'd rather die than build it. I would never build it. I would only build it ironically. Today we're going to rank every single roller coaster in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, and we're starting right now. I did a video a few weeks ago where I ranked all the shops and stalls in the game, and I really enjoyed that, so I thought, why not do roller coasters? It's kind of what the game is about anyway. So in this video, we're going to do it. I went through RCT1 and RCT2, and I took the most popular roller coasters from those two games, and we're going to rank them right here. Before we start, please do me a favor and like this video real quick. It takes like 2 seconds. It actually really helps like push the video out for more people to see. The more people that like the video, YouTube thinks, I think more people might want to see this, so it pushes it out to more people. So please like this video. It really does help. And also leave a comment if you'd like with your favorite emoji. How about that? Here are the 5 tiers. We've got, of course, the best. That's the top tier, right? That's the S tier. Next is great. This one is okay, bad, and I'd rather die than build this. I want to keep it simple and not have like a bazillion categories, so there's just 5. Top 5, okay? We're going to start with the side friction coaster. This one actually, on a recent live stream, I actually found out that if the coaster goes up a hill too fast, it'll fly off, and it's actually kind of cool. So I'm going to put this under great, and I may move some of these around down the road, so just bear with me here, okay? Next, we're going to do the Virginia Reel. Now, there's a couple other coasters that are like the Virginia Reel, and I don't think it's that special, to be honest. I'm going to put it under this one is okay. I like to build it sometimes, but not incredibly often. Next is the Reverser roller coaster. This one is pretty cool. I think I'm going to say it's okay. It's not great. I've built it a couple times before. Nothing special in my opinion. So it's going to be just okay. By the way, these are like my opinions, right? Like I'm not making this tier list that's like, this is the objective best coasters and worst coasters. This is just my opinion. So, keep that in mind, and let's just have some fun, okay? Maybe you disagree with me, and you think I'm an idiot. Put that in the comments too. You know, engagement and stuff. Okay, back to it. Next is the wooden roller coaster. Dun da da da! That's the best. One of the best coasters. Now, okay, now this is objective. That's one of the best coasters in the game, for sure, and it's one of the most beautiful aesthetically. I love building wooden coasters. They just look so pretty. It's so fun when you get a really great coaster with good stats and doesn't go up the hills too fast and everybody loves it. You get a really high excitement rating. It's just so great. So it's going to be the best for sure. Next is the wooden Wild Mouse. This is kind of one of the ones that's kind of like the Virginia Reel. Not that great, but no, I wouldn't say it's bad. So we'll do this one is okay. I think that's fair. All right, next is the Steel Wild Mouse. This one is similar to, again, like Virginia Reel and Wooden Wild Mouse. There are, there's some differences right here and there, but I'm going to say it's just okay. Nothing special. All right, next is the Spinning Wild Mouse. Again, similar to the other ones that I mentioned, but this one reminds me of the Tony Hawk ride at the Six Flags I grew up going to. It was like a Tony Hawk's Big Spin. Is that what it was called? And it was so great. It spun around just like this, so I'm going to put it under great. Next is the Inverted Hairpin Coaster. Not a big fan of it. In fact, I'm going to say it's bad. This is bad coaster. Don't build it. Next is the Junior Coaster, aka the Crazy Caterpillar. Not really, but it's a junior coaster. This one is pretty awesome. It's a classic ride. Like, it's just one of those staples in the game. So I'm going to put it under great. There's some really cool stuff you can do with it, including like the curved lift, and that's really fun. So that's definitely going to be great. Now, the Classic Mini Coaster. This one is just okay. I mean, it's not bad, it's not horrible, it's not amazing, just right in the middle. Not much to say about that one, honestly. Next is the Mini Roller Coaster. Again, it's just kind of middle tier, there's not a lot to it. It can do some cool things, but it's also real similar to these other ones, so this one's okay. Next is Spiral Coaster. Spiral Coaster, once again, it's not that great. Not bad, but middle tier. It really is just middle tier. All right, now the Mine Train Coaster. This one is awesome. It's not the best, but it is great. It's a classic roller coaster. Like you're playing Dynamite Dunes. You get like a desert scenario. You got to build a mine train coaster. Next is the Looping Coaster. Now this one is top tier, baby. This is the best. Classic coaster. It's one of the great staples in the game. You guys remember the shuttle loop? Best coaster in the game. All right, now the stand-up coaster. This one is pretty cool. I feel like you don't see too many stand-up coasters in real life anymore, but it's still a pretty good little coaster. And I'm gonna put it over here under great. It's a pretty good coaster. All right, next is the corkscrew coaster. And if I remember correctly, I think that this was one of the earliest coasters in the game that had the boost. So it's gonna be under here under the best. One of the classic coasters in the game. You can do so many awesome things. Obviously, your corkscrews, you can do like so many cool inversions, inline twists. I think it's really great. All right, next is the hyper coaster, and you know, I don't know. I don't love it. I'm gonna put it under. This one is okay as well. There's a lot of these coasters that I think are just okay, and I guess like maybe I should play more of these coasters and get to where I could enjoy them more. But for now, just okay. All right, and the LIM launch coaster. This one is one of my favorite coasters. If you ever ridden Mr. Freeze, one of the popular Six Flags coasters that they put in like every park, it's an LIM coaster. It's got that like magnetic launch. It's freaking awesome. It's the best. One of my favorite coasters to build for sure. All right, next is the Twister coaster. Twister coaster is so great. Twister coaster, I think, is my like go-to, like my number one go-to. It's got so many special pieces. I'm not even sure that any other coaster has this many. So it's gonna be the best. You can do so many inversions. You got the boost, you got the large loop, you got so many awesome things. So Twister coaster is number one, the best. And Hyper Twister coaster. I used to build these things all the time in like RCT2 vanilla without cheats, you know. You can build like these incredibly tall coasters. It's really, really great. It reminds me of Titan or Goliath if you're from wherever that park is. Let's put this over under the best here. It's top tier, guys. It really is. All right, and next is the Jija coaster. Such a great coaster. I'm going to say it's great. Not the best, but it's great. I wish you could do some inversions, which I guess you can't. I mean, you think about like a real Giga coaster, you can't really do inversions, or they don't really have that many inversions that I really can think of. But it's still fun to build. You can get some crazy speeds, and it's got that like the little thing that pulls it up. I forgot what it's called. That thing that pulls it up and sends it over the hill. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna say it's great. All right, and the suspended swinging coaster is bad. I don't think anybody's going to argue with me on that one. Compact inverted coaster. Not a lot of amazing things about it, but it's not, like I can't think of very many negative things about it. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's okay. Just okay. All right, and the inverted coaster. These are fun to build, so I'm going to put them under great. They're on thin ice, being very close to becoming just okay, because it's really hard to build a good one.
You do like one inversion, and then every single guest in your park is going to be sick. So
very close to just okay, but it's fun to build, and so I'm going to say it's great. All right, next, inverted impulse coaster. These are awesome. The only problem in what makes them not great, I just said they're awesome, so I don't know, I guess in this situation awesome is not as good as great, so it's kind of weird. But these generate a lot of sick guests, and it just causes more issues in the park. You got to overstaff that area, and you got to, you know, keep that area clean. So I'm gonna say it's just okay. I don't enjoy building them that much, but they are really fun, especially when you get like a crazy cool custom design going. And so but because of the nausea, just okay. All right, the mini suspended swinging coaster. This one is like, it's kind of fun to build. It's close to being bad. I'm gonna put it under, this one is okay. Just because I'm comparing it against this next one, which is the steeplechase. And this one's bad, guys. It's a bad roller coaster. You can't do anything. It's just dumb. I'm sorry. And I think horses are cool. All right, next is bobsled coaster. All right, now this one, like, it's difficult if you're trying to play a park for real and not just crash and make silly videos like I always do. These rides always, like, come off the track, and it's just kind of difficult. So I'm gonna say just okay. That may be controversial, but just okay. All right, next is the mine ride. This is basically the miniature mine coaster. This one, like, I don't even think it goes fast at all. It just like cruises at a pretty consistent speed. I'm gonna say it's bad. You can't even really make it go that high. There's really no point. and putting it in your park, so I'm just gonna say it's bad. All right, guys, and the Heartline coaster. You know what, guys? The Heartline coaster is incredible. It is amazing. It is the best. No, I'm kidding. It's. I'd rather die than build it. I would never build it. I would only build it ironically, which I've done before in an ironic video. The Heartline coaster is absolutely terrible. It's absolute trash. Don't build it. Don't waste your life on it. It's terrible. All right, and lay down coaster. This one is pretty cool. I don't build it enough to know more about it, and that's my fault. Okay, I'm gonna put it under this one's okay. Now, will I be willing to grow and learn? Of course, and maybe one day I'll build it and I'll like it and I'll move it up. Next is the flying coaster. I don't know if I've ever built a flying coaster, and maybe I shouldn't really be judging it, but it's on the list. And so I'm going to say it's just okay. I mean, I haven't played it enough or really at all, so I wouldn't know. So maybe you think it's great. Tell me in the comments. All right, the multi-dimension coaster. This thing is bad. I'm sorry. It's too confusing. Maybe some of you guys have the brains that I don't have to figure this out, but I just can't do it. I don't mess with it. It's bad. It shouldn't be in the game. It's too confusing. All right, next is the reverse freefall coaster. I don't actually really consider this a roller coaster because you can't do a custom design. You can just choose how long it goes and how tall it goes. So I don't really think that's a coaster, but it's here on the list. It's in that category of roller coasters. I'm going to say it's just okay. I don't really build them that often, so that's just kind of a filler, if you will. Okay, the vertical drop coaster. These are so satisfying to build and do really well. These are going to be the best. Top tier. So great. It is one of my favorite coasters to build. Not only does it do a vertical drop, because you can, with OpenRCT2, you can make any coaster nowadays go straight down, basically. But, think about the original RCT2 vertical drop. There was just something different to it where you could go straight down. You could do that holding break, it is so cool. So top tier for sure. Next is air-powered coaster. This is kind of similar to the launch freefall. Like, it's not really a roller coaster. You can't build a custom design. You can just go up and down and around. So I'm gonna say it's just okay. I mean, I'll build it sometimes. It's just not great. Oh, actually, maybe it should be bad. They should both be bad. Okay, we're getting somewhere. These are both bad. They're bad because they're not roller coasters. So I'll make a quick update. Okay, and the last one is the water coaster. Now, this one I don't play too much anymore. I used to build these all the time. They're a lot of fun. Like, if you can make one look really pretty, add some cool scenery, get a good excitement rating, it can be really, really cool. So I'm gonna say this is great. Okay, guys, get your Arthur fists ready. Here it is. Here's my tier list, my roller coaster tier list. I've got the best, top tier: wooden roller coaster, looping roller coaster, corkscrew, LAM launch coaster, twister coaster, hyper twister coaster, and vertical drop coaster. Yeah, those are all the best, top tier. But one thing is for sure, the Heartline coaster will never, ever, ever, ever be higher than the worst tier. Never. And I'm not even kidding. I'm so angry that you would even consider telling me that I should raise the Heartline coaster. Are you kidding? Are you insane? Get out of my video. Get out. How dare you? Get out of here. Go watch my next video and subscribe to my channel and like this video. Yay.